Tensions had been rising for many years. Slavery, states' rights, tariffs, and eventually Lincoln's intentions all led to secession and the Civil War. Secession began when South Carolina left the Union. They gained support of many other Southern states and formed the Confederacy. When the Southern states seceded, they took most of the federal forts that were inside their borders. President Lincoln was in charge of the forts left under federal control. Fort Sumter was one of them.
General Anderson, the Union leader in Charleston, moved his troops to the more fortified Fort Sumter, while General Beauregard built up his forces around the fort and cut off the Union soldiers' supplies.
We know they are running out of food and fuel. Maybe they will leave without a fight.
I refuse to leave. Supplies will get through.
Meanwhile, back in Washington, President Lincoln had a tough decision to make.
I don't know whether I should send supplies and risk war, or not send any supplies and have the Confederates think I am giving in to them. I will risk war to send needed supplies to help my soldiers.
April 12, 1961, Charleston Harbor, South Carolina.
General Anderson, I will fire in 1 hour if you do not surrender.
I will not surrender to General Beauregard.
When Anderson would not surrender, the South began to fire. It was 4:30 on the morning of April 12, 1861, when shore guns from the Confederates began to fire on the island from all sides. They used several surrounding forts to easily bombard the fort. 34 hours later, Anderson realized he must surrender.
We are running out of food and ammunition, plus we are outnumbered. We must surrender.
The North surrendered. I must call for men to serve. The war is started.
2 days after General Anderson surrendered at Fort Sumter, President Lincoln asked the Union states for help. Lincoln asked them to provide 75,000 militiamen for 90 days to put down the Southern uprising. The North responded with enthusiasm to the request, but the South did not. The call for arms caused several states to join the Confederacy, particularly Virginia. With Virginia in the Confederacy, they gained wealth, leaders, support, and a new capital. There were no reported deaths during the Battle of Fort Sumter. Anderson did everything he could to protect his men from danger. This battle marked the beginning of a 4-year period of struggle and hardship between countrymen called the Civil War.